everyone, Ryan from Taylor Racing, and it's time for another video. Okay, so I've done a bunch in a row. I've been wearing the same clothes because I'm trying to get them punched out as much as I can because I've missed like 6 or 7 weeks, right? So I've read the comments, I've seen what you guys want to know, and I've spoken to a bunch of you, and this is, I'm just trying to do them out. I'm trying to punch a bunch of them out for you. So here we go. The next video is going to be all about the V2 and some of the modifications that we're looking at doing ASAP just to build it. Regardless if we do Daytona or not, because if we do Daytona, I want to build this bike up that's super trick, right? Like I want to have a lot of cool stuff, as well as get rid of all of the miscellaneous parts that I've been kicking around from Calgary to Montreal back down to Texas here. I've got a bunch of stuff that I want to put onto this bike because I think it'd be really, really cool to have a really nice track bike that doesn't have to go on the street like the Martini bike, where it's going on the street and then I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I want a dedicated track bike that's gonna be cool. I love the middleweight class, you guys know that, and I think if I can put a bunch of cool stuff on it and just make it a trick bike, cool. And then worst case scenario, I swap out a few things and get it legal for Daytona in March. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you an idea of what we're doing to this bike right now. So first things first is, it's kind of hard to tell, but because nothing's here, there's a bunch of stuff. As I said in an earlier video, the subframe and the front fairing stay got shipped, instead of coming to Texas here, it got shipped to Kyle's place in Canada, because they combined a couple of our orders, and instead of going to Texas for this bike, it's sitting at Kyle's place, which is not even supposed to be Kyle's place, the stuff that you ordered. They're supposed to go to Blair's place or Nick's place, but it ended up going to Kyle's place. Anyways, long story short, we're waiting for the subframe and the front fairing stay from Bikes Class to go on the bike. I've got bodywork coming. It is on order. It should be here in a couple weeks. And again, it's probably going to Canada too, so we'll see how that all works out, right? Sorry about, I'm trying to get the stand here fixed. Okay, so we got front fairing stay, subframe, bodywork, right? You guys may have noticed, maybe not. I did upgrade the calipers. I put upgraded calipers from the 2021 V4S that we had for parts. So I thought, well, let's just upgrade the calipers and put better calipers on it, right? Because with those calipers, I've got a set of full floating 330 rotors instead of the 320 rotors that are gonna go on this bike. So we got full floater 330s with upgraded calipers going on forged wheels. That's right, we're gonna put some forged wheels on this thing. And so it's gonna have better braking power, it's gonna have lighter wheels, less reciprocating or rotating mass. Rotating mass? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, right? So now the other question is, in the back down there, right there, we got those FGRT forks. So I think we're gonna throw those on this bike. You know, why not, right? We're gonna have to pull the forks off to get them revalved for if we do Daytona. So we may as well put on the Öhlins forks, right? And with that, our good friends at Forsaken Motorsports helped us out when we bought a package deal. We bought 3 sets of triples, the offset Forsaken triples for both the CSBK V2s and of course our Daytona build. So those are up in Canada right now, so we got to get those sent down to us here, or we may just take this bike up there. We're not too sure what we're going to do yet, but so we've got the forks, the wheels, the brakes, the rotors, and the triple clamps all up front. And what would be the point in having all that cool stuff with stock masters? That's right, I've got some better master cylinders, both the brake and the clutch side. So we'll put some, put some Brembo radials on there that are, upgraded, of course, and pretty cool. And kind of go from there at the moment. So that'll be kind of your whole front end. It will be all done. I don't think I'm going to do too much else. We're thinking about maybe putting some telemetry on, but on this bike, I'm not too sure if we're going to go there yet or see if it's worthwhile. So that kind of brings us to the midsection. Obviously, we're going to put some GB covers on it on both sides for crash protection and some rear sets. I'm not sure exactly what brand I'm going to go with for rear sets lately. I think we've been using either Woodcraft or the Spiders up in Canada on the CSBK build. So I guess we'll see what we have kicking around, or who we get the best deal with, or if a sponsor wants to come along and do a do a deal with us on this build or for the project or what have you, we're open to that, obviously, with anyone and everyone that wants to approach us for doing cool stuff. We're willing to work with them and build. Hypothetically, let's say Hell wanted to do the levers and the masters with us, then obviously we would do that, right? But at the moment, we're just gonna use whatever rear sets we can get our hands on. We're gonna go with some quick change gearing. Our friends at Tebow have helped us out with that in the past with the CSPK bikes. So we're gonna keep going with those and do a quick change gearing setup front. Well, the front's just gonna be a standard lighter 520 sprocket, but the rear will be a quick change setup, and we will go with there and some lightweight chain, like a 520 chain, and put that on this bike as well. The bike, I don't think we're gonna, drill or lighten up the rear brake, but part of me kind of wants to do a thumb brake. So I'm kind of debating on if I'm gonna do a thumb brake or not. We'll see. Oh, I also have some Ducati control buttons, like those old like Nintendo looking buttons. So we'll throw those on as well. I believe they're from Ducati, the ones we have kicking around, so we'll throw those on. And then the big question is exhaust. What kind of exhaust are we gonna run? I was thinking, I don't know, honestly, Van Diemen, maybe? We reached out with them, they're gonna give us a small discount. We're gonna try that out, but I would love to do one of those undertail Terminiones that have the big loop around. I think those are so sexy. I really want one of those for this bike, but I don't like the price tag. So yeah, we'll probably not go with those. We'll probably go with the Van Diemen. One of the CSPK bikes up in Canada, I think it's a Scaglioli. It's some weird Italian one. It does pretty good. And then our B-Bike has a different brand as well. I can't remember which brands they are because they're two different ones. Although the one that makes better power is it's not as good. It has like two cans. One you almost have to take the can off to get the wheel on, and that's just not really good for racing when you have to do tire changes, especially at Daytona. So that one we're not gonna do. So we might just go with a dual undertail exhaust because A, I like the look, B, it keeps the bottom and the motor cooler. Yeah, we got cars driving by, sorry. And trying to get airflow into, past this bike is key from them blowing up, kind of thing, which is not a good thing when they blow up. So I don't think I'm gonna put a bigger radiator on it, just mainly just because I haven't found one. So if I find one, obviously I'll probably throw it on. We'll put some different silicone tubes on probably to help that, cool them out that way. And I think that's about it. There's not too much else. Obviously we'll put a forged rear wheel on right now for track days and farting around and having fun down here in Texas. But I think that is gonna be the basics of what we do with this bike. Oh, another major thing is we should probably get it running because I bought it and it doesn't run. So yeah, that's kind of a big, it was kind of, I should have thought that through. Maybe we should get it running first, but I already tore it apart because it wasn't running. We'll put that stuff on and then we'll worry about that whole running thing later, right? So anyways, so that's kind of what I'm doing. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, I've got a Öhlins steering dampener as well. So I'm gonna throw on that as well. So it'll have an Öhlins dampener as well. And the rear shock is gonna come off the Martini bike. It is an Öhlins TTX. It's an upgraded race version that we got from Desmo Veloce in Phoenix. Oh man, like back in 2014. It's like 10 years old. Obviously it'll get refreshed, it'll get all done up, but it's gonna be a cheap way to keep the cost down on this bike by a couple grand, right? So we'll take the stock shock, throw it on the Martini, and then we'll put the Gucci Öhlins one on the V2. So that's it. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this build. See what other add-ons or what you think we should do or what other things you'd like to see on this bike. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Cheers, everyone.